Hey guys, it's Fool's Errand, back again with a review of Boneworks. What is Boneworks? Boneworks is a physics-driven shooter made for VR, developed by Stress Level Zero, also known for making Duck Season, another title for VR. This game offers up an attempt at a proper full game experience. But how good did they do? Let's find out. When it comes down to the story, I'm going to say it, while this game does have a consistent theme, there is no real story. You're shown your character diving into this virtual world, some people call you, telling you to do this and that. You never figure out why you personally are supposed to be driven to do these things. The people you see are shown via live action video call, which is an interesting choice, and it does fit the theme. Unfortunately, the acting is not that great, sometimes coming off like they are literally dry reading the script to you.
For all Monogon employees, all of MythOS is on lockdown. It's crazy over here. I have no idea how you weren't kicked. Like, nobody else can log in.
These are few and far between. The theme itself is kind of cyberpunk dystopia, with a mix of their own stuff. Be ready to fight zombies to vaporwave. But let's look away from the window dressing and talk about the game. As I said, Boneworks is a shooter. While there is a variety of weapons to choose from, you will most likely find yourself using the guns as they consistently put enemies down from a safe distance. Weapons in the melee category vary from bricks, hammers, knives, and axes. And for ranged, you will find a handgun, a couple of machine guns, and a few automatic rifles. The guns have colored versions that deal more damage. I personally ended up using the handguns and submachine guns as I found them easier to iron sight, and having the option to use one hand as a manageable increase of recoil was worth it. The rifles understandably go wild if you try to fire them one-handed, and as many VR titles have figured out, trying to use a rifle while being unable to shoulder it is awkward at best. As you play the story, you'll come across 5 enemies. The 2 that you'll come across the most commonly are nobodies, a type of artificial being meant for doing light labor that has gone wild, and zombified users. Both function the same as being unarmed enemies that shuffle towards you. Nobodies can be taken down easily enough, but zombies require headshots, or a whole mag to the chest to go down. Later versions of zombies show up with helmets, and some can throw energy at you. You will also come across robot spiders that are modified VR helmets. They attack you by jumping at you and attempting to attach to your head in an attempt to blind you, as its friends go for your ankles.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And also, you'll come across soldiers in the form of robots that use a hologram of a person to obscure its true body. These ones use guns, and I find them to be the most dangerous, though manageable, as this game uses the small regenerating pool of health system. In terms of level design, clearly they tried to take a page from Valve's design philosophy, trying to lead the player with map cues and never taking the control away from you. And for the most part, this works, and I really appreciate the attention to detail. But sadly, the maps tend to have so many paths that their attempts to lead you fall flat at times. As you play, you'll also come across several physics puzzles. These are kind of fun, and I'm fairly certain I was not doing all of them right, as you can bypass them by just stacking enough items. Also, you'll come across several scripted events that are so obvious that you may find yourself intentionally taking advantage of them. A thing to note, while it seems ammo rolls over between levels, it does not. It takes the max bullets you finished each level with and uses that to determine each level's starting ammo. If you replay a level and end it with more ammo, all following levels will start with more ammo. This is important as the best items in the game require you to have all the ammo you can get by the end. Looking away from the main mode, there are 2 other modes. Sandbox, which is a sort of play space where you can mess around with the stuff you have found in the levels. You unlock stuff for Sandbox by bringing them to reclamation bins, usually found at the end of levels. You take any item that you have brought with you and throw them in, and they'll be available in the Sandbox. An interesting thing I found, in the Sandbox there are actually enemies that you can spawn that are not actually found in the main game. It doesn't actually affect anything, but I found it to be a curious thing to note. And the final mode is the well-trodden arena. In the vein of Gorn and Blade of Sorcery, what is the full experience of other VR titles is a mini-game in this one. It offers several modes and challenges to keep you busy. You unlock the arena by beating the story. While I come off as negative in this review, I personally really like this game. There are a lot of things to find, and promises of more stuff down the line. This game is not perfect, but you can tell that effort was put into it, and that is particularly important considering the lack of fuller experiences in VR. The story is short. I have 20 hours, but I kept scouring every level for unlockables. I can be very stubborn. If you ignored that, you could probably beat it in 6, maybe less. Still, if you own VR, I recommend this game, as while rough, it is still very fun. Thank you for watching. I'd like to take a second to say, I know your time is important, that you using said time to watch my work means more to me than you know, and that I appreciate both it and you. Please leave a like if you like, comment if you have a question or a criticism on the content. I make this for you after all. And subscribe if you want to see more of my content in the future. You can follow my various social medias where I'll put updates as well. That's about it for me. Time to stop fooling around. See you guys later.